At some point, you don't stop caring what people think. You just stop overestimating it. Not in a rebellious way, not in a loud, dramatic way, but in a calm, almost boring way. And that's what confuses people. Because psychologically, not caring what others think isn't about arrogance. It isn't about becoming cold, and it definitely isn't about losing empathy. It's about clarity. There's a reason this shift usually happens later in life, and it has less to do with confidence and more to do with exposure. Early in life, other people's opinions feel important because they seem informative. You assume feedback equals truth, that judgment equals insight. So you listen closely, you adjust yourself, you calibrate your behavior based on reactions. But over time, something becomes impossible to ignore. Most opinions are not carefully formed. They're impulsive, emotionally charged, often uninformed. They reflect mood, projection, insecurity, or limited perspective. Psychologically, maturity isn't about growing thicker skin. It's about recognizing low-quality input. You stop caring, not because opinions disappear, but because you finally understand how unreliable most of them are. You don't stop caring what people think, you stop overestimating. That's not indifference, that's development.
There's a psychological cost to constantly monitoring how you're perceived. Every reaction becomes data, every silence becomes suspicious, every disagreement feels personal. This creates a background anxiety that most people mistake for social awareness. But it isn't awareness, it's dependency. When you care excessively about what people think, your sense of self becomes externally regulated. You feel good when approved, unstable when ignored, and anxious when misunderstood. Psychologically, this keeps you in a reactive state. You're not choosing your behavior, you're adjusting it. At some point, this becomes exhausting, not because you suddenly become confident, but because your nervous system can't sustain that level of vigilance anymore. So something shifts. You begin forming opinions before checking how they'll land. You decide how you feel before asking if it's acceptable. This is psychological autonomy. It's subtle, and from the outside, it can look like detachment, but internally, it feels like relief. You're no longer outsourcing your self-trust. You're no longer negotiating your identity with every room you enter. You still listen, you still consider feedback, but you no longer treat every opinion as equally valuable. And that distinction changes everything.
Another shift happens quietly. You stop explaining yourself. Not because you become secretive, not because you lack communication skills, but because you recognize projection. Psychologically, many opinions aren't responses to who you are. They're reactions to what you represent, your boundaries, your calm, your refusal to perform. When someone misunderstands you, your first instinct used to be clarification. You explained, you justified, you softened your edges. But with time, you notice a pattern. Some people don't want clarity. They want confirmation. Confirmation of their assumptions. Confirmation of their worldview. And no amount of explanation will satisfy someone committed to misunderstanding you. So you stop. You don't correct every narrative. You don't defend every choice. You don't clarify every silence. This isn't withdrawal, it's discernment. You begin to understand that your energy is more valuable than being accurately perceived. People who truly matter ask questions. They stay curious. They notice consistency over time. Everyone else fills in the blanks with their own fears, and you let them. Because psychologically, peace comes from reducing unnecessary interaction, not from controlling perception.
There's also a physical component to this psychological shift. Your energy changes, not because you have less of it, but because you're no longer willing to waste it. Earlier in life, you could absorb discomfort without noticing the cost. You stayed in conversations that drained you. You tolerated environments that overstimulated you. You explained yourself repeatedly just to keep things smooth. But the body remembers. It remembers tension. It remembers fatigue. It remembers when peace was postponed. And eventually, your nervous system intervenes. You feel irritation faster. Overstimulation becomes intolerable. Noise feels heavier. This isn't impatience, it's feedback. Your body is telling you what your mind already knows, that some situations require too much regulation, that some people cost more than they offer. So you become selective, not emotionally distant, emotionally precise. You choose fewer interactions, but better ones. You choose calm over stimulation, alignment over approval. And slowly, without making an announcement, you stop caring what most people think, because your system can't afford it anymore.
Here's the part that often gets misunderstood. When you stop caring what people think, you don't become careless, you become intentional. You still care about impact, you still care about integrity, you still care about being decent. What changes is who gets access to that care. Psychologically, this is what maturity looks like. Not loud confidence, not indifference, but calibrated attention. You stop performing, you stop managing impressions, you stop absorbing opinions that were never meant to guide you. And what replaces that effort is quiet stability. So no, you don't stop caring what people think, you stop overestimating it. You recognize that most opinions are noise, not signal. And once you understand that, peace doesn't require explanation, it requires selection.